So here we have done already migrations, and here I added so django.contribute.session.backend. So what I'm doing is now the session information means the client information you are storing within the database. Whose information you are storing in the database? Client information. Okay, client information you are storing within the database. Now here what I want to do is so I want to develop a simple what do you call it, a shopping cart. Okay, so I want to develop a simple shopping cart where I'll be adding the products and removing the products and viewing the products and updating the products. It means that cart is belongs to whom? User. That cart is belongs to the session. Session means client. So for every client, you are creating one session. In that session, you are storing what? Client data. Okay. Whose data? User's data or client data. Right. So how to do that? Okay. So let me, okay, let me. So first, what we'll do is we'll try to create one base template. So already we have a base template. So this is assume that base template. Okay, right? This is a base template. So I'm using a base template here. So in the project, create a folder. Yes, sir. So here I'm creating one folder called templates. In the templates, create one template. And what is the template is based on HTML. Here I created one template. So here I created a template. So this is called as a base template. And here it is a shopping cart. So what is this here? Shopping cart. But here I'm not using any login. So I'll be adding the details of products. So this is a shopping cart here. So what do you do it? You open, for example, you open any uh, application and you'll try to log in. Before that, you log in and then you add the products and what do you call it as view the products, update the products. Okay, delete the products. But that products belongs to whom? You only. Okay, it means it belongs to a specific user. Means user information you are storing it. Okay, so that is nothing but session. That is nothing but what here? Session. Okay. So here what I'm doing is I'm saying add it to cart. Okay, this is a shopping cart. Okay, this is only what do you call it a shopping cart. And what you're doing, you're adding the products. You're adding the products, adding the products. And here you're trying to view the products. Okay, adding the products and view products. And next one is you're trying to update the product. So this is updating, update products. And from shopping cart, you may delete the products. Okay, now this is deleting products. But where all these products of that user is stored in session? Where all these products of that user is stored in session? It is stored in a session of that user. Okay. So these are the things. Now this is which one? Base template. So after that, now what you're doing, you're trying to add the products. Adding products is there. Now here I'm creating a template. So what is the template is add product to template dot HTML. And this template extends. This template extends which template? Base template. Base dot HTML. Okay, and it extends this base dot HTML. Then we need to create. So we need to create one form. So where we need to input the details of products. So we should create one form. Okay, we should create one form where we try to input the details of products. So what is the details is you need to input product name, quantity, product name and quantity. Now which product you want to add it. Okay, now we need to create one form. Okay, anyway, this I'm taking it. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to create one form. Now this is nothing but add product. What I'm saying here, add a product. So request method is post form as a table. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm creating one form. Go to the applications. In the application, you create one form. Okay. Create which module here? Forms.py. And here you create a form Django dot from Django import forms. Okay. From Django import the forms. And this is a form. And what is the name of the form? Product form. And product form is which form? Forms dot form. It is not a model form. It is only a form, okay, which doesn't bind with the model. It is only a form which doesn't bind with the model. Okay. Yeah, screening test result declared. What happened? Got it. How many? Got it. How many? Oh, very good. Then what about remaining? What is the highest marks? 40 here? 56 out of 80 here. Where to see the result? Where to see the result? Instagram. The ratio Insta. So I think you'll have again training. Those who are selected, right? And after training, you'll be placed. Placed means they'll send you for interviews. That is a process. So completely depends on your talent. Okay. Training on maybe data structures and algorithms. Okay. Maybe they give training on logical. Not exactly because every time they'll be changing it. Okay. Every time they'll change this. Sometimes they give one training. So it is not fixed. So there is a product form and this product form inherit which class? Form class. And then here I try to put the product name. So product name. So forms dot. What is this product name is a character field and define the maximum length. So the maximum length some 20, right? Okay. Then after that, so next one you're trying to input the quantity forms dot again character field. So quantity is integer. Sorry. S is integer field. Okay. Only two, not more here. So this form has to be rendered within one template, right? So we render this template, we render this form into one template, right? What is the template is add a product template dot HTML. So how can you render this form within the template by using what? How we render this? Template viewer. Template view is there. Huh? Or what you can do is, yeah, just here in views.py. So this is what is the name of this is? What is the name of this is? Add product. You can create a class based view, but here I'm using function based. Okay. So this is nothing but add a template view. Okay, this will receive the request for understanding. This will receive the request. And what this request will do is render. I'm saying response equal to render. Okay, response equal to render. So what you are trying to render is form. From application one dot forms, import. What is the name of the form? Product form. So here I create a form equal to product form. I created one empty form. And this will handle, assume that this will handle how many requests? Two requests. One is a get request and one more is a post request. If the request method is a get, then I should create one blank form. If the request method is a post, okay, then I should store the data within session. I should store the data within what? Session. Okay, that is a what exactly it is, right? So here I'm saying a request dot, if request dot method double equal to get, if the request dot method equal to get, what do? You create one empty form. Form equal to product form. You create one empty form. But if the request method is a post, else if request dot method double equal to what here? Post. Now you need to read the form data. You need to read what? Form data and you should store within the session. I should read the form data and I should store that form data within the session. Okay, right? You have to store in the session. Okay. You read the data. So what you are reading? Product name. So request dot request dot post dot get. So what is the value you are reading? P name. And quantity equal to request dot post dot get. What you are reading? Quantity. So read the product name and what is that? Quantity. So after reading these details, you have to store these details into what? Session. Now tell me how can you store the details into a session? By using request dot, request dot, request dot what? Session dot, request dot session. What is a session is a, what do you call dictionary or not? Yes. So request dot session, there is a key. I'm trying to store with the product name. What is the product name here? Key. And when I'm saying it is a key, duplicates are not allowed. Hang on. So what is the value is a quantity. It means this logic will do adding as well as updating. But these are the details belongs to whom? That particular user, right? So request dot session of product name. So what is the product name here? Key. Now where you are storing these details within the request object. Where you are storing these details into which object? Request object. Okay. Now you are saying again request dot. Now what is that? Session. Okay, right. Only this thing, product name and quantity. And after that, you have to generate a response or not? Yes. Then I'm saying a response. Okay, response equal to render. Okay, render. Now you need to display which template? Base template. And that base template is called which one? Home. That base template is what here? Home, right? So render. Okay, request to comma. What is the name of the template? Base dot HTML, comma. You want to send the context message. What is the message? The message is product added. What is the message is product added. You want to send one message. What is the name of the message? Product. Product added to the cart. Product added to what here? Cart. So the product has been added to the cart. Okay, otherwise, what do you have to do? You have to render which form? Empty form within the template. Which template? Or here only we'll do it. What is the name of this is? Add product template with a message. Okay, template with a message. What is the message? Product added. But this is empty form. What happened here? As a request method is a get, we created form, and here we have to send a form also, right? Form should also render. But what is initially message is empty. 1 minute. So what is the message is empty. Here, okay, I did this. And here we should render. What we have to render? Form. Form also, right? Form. And what is the name of the form is? This is a form. Somewhere we are doing mistake here. We created a form. Okay, we'll say return. What we have to return? Return what? Response. Otherwise, we have to create a form with a yes. Otherwise, we have to render which form? Empty form. So request comma. What is the name of this is add product underscore template dot HTML. So there is a context. But this time the context contain only form. So this is a form with. So this is okay, right? And return response. This is creating which form? Empty form. This is empty form, and this empty form is rendered within the template. But here also empty form is rendered within the template, but with a message. What is the message is added to cart. Now what we'll do is just go to this add product template, and here you display the message. So what is the message you are inserting? Product added. But where the product is added, where this product is added in session, but where the session is created in, huh? Where the session is created in database. Where the session is created in database. Where the session is created in database. Now these are the details belongs to that user or not? Yes. If the request dot method equal to post, you read the product name quantity, and you added you added quantity along with what? Product name. But these are the details to which user? Is it specific user or not? Yes. But every user is identified with one unique number. And what is that unique number is session ID. Okay, it is identified with what? Session ID. Session ID will be there. So every user is identified with one unique number, and that unique number is called session ID. Now that is what you have seen in the table, right? So the table contain what is that? Session key, session data, and expiry date. So what is the session key here is ID, and that user data will be stored here, long text. That user data will be stored here. That is a long text that is called a session data, and there is an expiry date. Okay. Now this is storing the data related with that user. Okay, let me. So now you have to create this base template, and this base template is called what here? Home. Now let me display this base template. So this is nothing but home view. So home view, where you are sending a request, and here you are trying to render. So response equal to render request comma. What is the name of the template? Base dot HTML, and there's no context parameters here. And there is a return. What do you return here? Response. Okay, right now this is displaying which template? Base template, and that base template is nothing but base dot HTML home. Now go to urls.py. Now let me add the path for this. Now from application one.views import. What is the name of the view is home view. So there is a path, and here I just give the name as a home. And what is the name of the view is home view. The name of the view is home view. This is the name of the view. Okay, now let me check this first. Okay, open the terminal and python manage dot py. So run the server here. So already we did the migrations. Okay, you don't require to do again migrations here. And what is the name of this URL is home or template not exist. What is the template? Base.html. We have to set the path. So we have to set the path here. So template path. So what is this here? Base directly slash templates. Base directly slash templates. Now you can see this is a base template. And here you have an add product, view products, update products, and delete. But here, when you open the browser and when you click on add product, now session is what here created. When you send a first request, what will happen? The session created for this particular user. When you click on add product, the session is created for this particular user. Okay. So view product means it get the details from the session. Okay. Update products means it will update the products of this particular user. And delete product is deleting the products of this user. But where you are adding all these details within the cart. Here, what is the cart is session. Session, and where you are storing all these details in database. Getting or not? So these are details belongs to that user. Okay. Suppose if I click on add product, I click on add product, then it should display which template, add a template. Okay, it will display add a template by rendering which one? Form. Which form? It will render which form? Product form. So for this, you need to create one URL. Just go to urls.py, and here I'm defining the URL. Add a template view. Now there is a path. And what is the path is add product. The path is add product, add a template view. So this is trying to add the product. Now in base.html, when you click on this, I should send a request to which template? Add product. What is the name of the view is add product. Add this. Add. So what is the name of this is add product. Add product. So do this. You are sending what here? Request. Okay. Now refresh this. Now template. Block and blocker. End block is not there. Extends. What happened? Huh? What happened here? In base dot. A percentage. Yeah, this is add product. So what you're doing, you're trying to add the products. Now assume that this is a product and quantity create. Now you can see product added to what? Cart. Now this is belongs to this user. This product belongs to this user. All these products get stored in the session of this user. I'll try to import. Okay, product name and quantity. Then click on create. What happened? The products get added or not? Yes. But you can see that. Go to the MySQL command line and open your database. And what is the database is? What is name of database here? Now settings dot project 26 DB. Okay, use project 26 DB. Now you have a tables, and here select a star from. Okay, select a star from Django underscore session. You can see there is a session key. Okay, this is a key, and all this data, how the data is stored in encrypted format. So the key is also encrypted format, and the data is also what? Encrypted format. The data you cannot see it here. Can you see the data here? No, because this data is stored in which format? Encrypted format. So this is the data belongs to this particular user. Getting on it. This data is belongs to this user. This data is belongs to this particular user, right? Yes. Please try to understand this. So this is adding the product. Okay. But what will happen? I close the, for example, I open another browser. Browser. I just open one more tab or browser, and again I send a request. Okay, I send a request. Now this is one more user here. If I'm saying base, what is that? Home. Home. Now here this is one more user. Okay, this is one more user. If I click on add product and I'll try to input the product name. So I just enter the product name and quantity and click on create. Now you can see in the back end. Now there is one more session created. Now how many sessions are there here? Two sessions. Getting on it. It means this is one session belongs to one user, and this is a session belongs to what? Another user. Getting on it. So these user details, these user related products, this particular user related products are stored in one session, and this particular user details products are stored in another session. So how many sessions are created here? Two sessions. This is one session and this is another session. Getting or not? Session means login to log out generally. Getting or not? See, you do some order and you don't complete it. When you open it, can you see your details are not? Yes. Where those details are stored within session? Is it those are related to you or somebody else? You only. Anyway, session belongs to one user. Session belongs to one user. Okay, whatever you do, the process from request to login to log out, sign in to sign out, all those details get stored inside what? Session. But that session may be created at the backend, that is in the database. That session might be created within the browser also. You can store the data in the browser also. But here we are storing the client data where? In the database. But how? It is recognized with the key. And that key is nothing but session key, which is nothing but session ID. But all this data gets stored in one encrypted format. You cannot able to see the data. Now suppose I want to view the products. I want to see the products. Okay, suppose I added some products within the cart. I want to see those products. Now you can see definition view. View, what is that? Products, product view. Okay, product view. Now from where you should get the details of this particular user? From session. I should get the details from where? Session. Yes or no? Then where the session is it? You have to get it right. Request dot. You have to read it. How can you read it? Generally, reading and writing both are done using what? Key. Reading and writing both are done by using what? Key. Yes or no? So you can get these details. You can get these details by using which object? Request dot session. Request dot session dot. Suppose session is there, no? So this session is a generally what do you call it as session is a dictionary, I said. Now can you get the details of? Can you get the details of all? Yes, by using getter. What is the name of the method is items. I just write here request dot session dot get items. So what get items will do? It is a dictionary which return items view which contain what? List and list contain key and values. It is having a key and what is it? Values. It is having key and values, right? But this is which view? List view. I mean dictionary view. If you want, you can print this. For example, these are nothing but what these are called here? Products. These are some products, and these products I'm just printing it. You just see it. Products. Call this view. I'm not generating a response. I'm just printing at the backend. I mean in terminal. So to know it, what are the products available to this particular user? Products available to this particular user. This is session. Request dot session. You have to remember this. Request dot session. Request dot session. See here. Django request is a HTTP request and session is what here? Object. Request is a HTTP request object and session is what? Object. So where you can store user specified data across multiple HTTP requests. Now you can see dictionary API. See here. Request dot session. You can interact with the session in the view function like a standard Python dictionary. You are trying to use request dot session like this. Request dot session by using key. Request dot session dot what is that? Get. Now this is a key and this is what here? Value. This might raise an error, but this may not raise a error. Okay. So now you are checking is it this keys exist or not. So clear all session data by using which method? Clear method. Now you try to use all these methods. Okay, so it is like a dictionary or not? Yes, it is like a dictionary where you try to use all the methods belongs to what here? Session. Now see here, database session. You can see this is a session. Session object, get item, set item, delete item, contains key. Okay, age of that, pop update, asset. Okay, now you can see what is this? Keys. Okay, this is what here? Values. Okay, now this is what here? Items. This is called which view? This is called which view? Items view. Okay. Now there is a set default. Okay. There is a method called which one? Clear. Okay. There is a method called flush. So now I used which method? Items method. What method I used here? Items. Sorry. What is the name of the view method is? Items. Now this returns item view or not? Yes. That is list contain tuple which contain the key and values. Now here I display the products. I display the products. Now write a URL for this. Now there is a path. Okay, there is a path. See, you have to understand this. A session is belongs to one user. Okay, so this is a product view and comma. Now what is the name of this view is product view. Add this to the base template. Add this to the base template product view. So whenever you click on the view products, it will display the product details, but you are not displaying it the client side, but you are displaying it what? Server. Now I click on the view products, but it is displayed the products, but see at the backend we printed it. We send a view. Yeah. Yeah, you can see here, there's a dictionary of items. You can see the mouse is what here? 10. And keyboard is what here? 4. So, but this data is converted into which type here? String. Yes or no? This is what here? String. And this is also string because this data has been stored in encrypted format. Okay. Yes. Now, what will I do is I'll try to render this. I'll try to render. Now, instead of printing, I'll try to render within one template. I'll try to render within one template. So, I'm saying your response equal to render request comma what is the name of this is product view template dot html, and what is the context is products. The name of the key is the products. The key is what here? Products. And the value is products. Key is a product and value is a product, and return response. Key the product and value is also products. But now you have to create one template. Create a template. So template product view template dot html. Now this is extends which template? Base dot html. Extends base dot html, and then display it. For displaying already we have written some code. So this code will take, but we are not displaying this much. So what we are displaying? Two only, right? One is a product name. One is a product name. Product name is only one row. You don't require this many. Okay, user which loop? For loop for product in what? Products. So this is and for, and here product dot product dot product name, and we take not inside the loop it is. So this is a header row, and these are headers th, and this is also header row. So the, yeah, now what is this is product dot, you are inserting the product dot product name, and here you are inserting product dot quantity, product dot quantity, right? So you are trying to read the details belongs to that user. You are reading the details belongs to that user. Okay. So in the views, you are trying to render product view template dot html. So just go to this, and now just click on view products extends. Yes. Now you can see. So view products. Where's the products here? For product in products. There's a mistake. Products. But product in products, product dot p name and product dot quantity. So we read it. Now it's reading these details. Now see that the backend. Yeah, these are dictionary items, which is having the key as well as what value. But this is tuple. It is what tuple. It is not a key, right? So it is a tuple. But tuple means how you read the data from tuple using index. How you read the values from tuple using index. Using index. Okay, here I use the index. I said product dot zero square bracket. I use the index. Now view products. Now this is product name and quantity and product name and quantity because tuple is index based, right? And each value in the tuple is identified with what index, but it should not used in square brackets. Okay. So here you have to use which operator again? Dot. So product dot zero means you are reading which value? First value. And product dot one, you are reading which value? Second value. Because this is which view? Items view. Now, whenever you read each item from this item view, it will return each item as one tuple. And tuple is not key based, right? Tuple is what? Index based. Now, what is the index of first item is 0. What is the index of second item is 1. You are trying to say product dot 0 and product dot 1. This is nothing but product name and this is nothing but quantity. This is a product name and this is what here? Quantity. Now, these are the products belongs to which user? This user. Now, let us go to another browser. This user also having some products or not? Yes. If I click on view products, now this products belongs to which user? This user. This user is having only one product is in his cart, but this user is having how many products? Two products. Getting or not? So these are the details belongs to what? One user, but where these details are get stored in database. Getting or not? This session details are stored within the database. Now open one more tab and just give open one more tab. And again, I'm saying product view. So view the products. Now is it displayed the products or not? Yes. Because opening new tab, it is new tab. New tab means within the same browser is same or not? Yes. You just open the new tab, but where the session ID is stored in the browser as a cookie, where it is stored in the browser as a cookie. Now, whenever you send a request, it is stored in the browser as a cookie. Whenever you send a request, it will send a request by using what? Key. It will send a request as a key. It will send a request. Which one is send a session key? That session key is used to identify the request is come from the same client. See here, what will happen exactly is now this is how you are sending it. Now you are adding the products, right? Are you adding the product? Suppose, for example, assume that I close all this. I close the browser and even I close this one also. Now tell me, is this session is exist or not exist? Huh? Session is exist for that user. Now suppose I run the server. Okay. Now just open this. Now here I'm saying home. Now if I click on view products, now these are the products belongs to which user? This user. Getting or not? Suppose this user means this is which one? Edge. Which browser I open? Edge. Now open Chrome. And here also you send a request. Okay, here also you send a request. Now these are the details belongs to which user? Another user. Okay, each browser I'm assuming as one session or one user, and these details belongs to this user, and these details belongs to what? This user. Because I don't have login, I'm not created login. Then what I'm assuming is each browser tab which I open, that is one user, and you are adding the details of this user. You're adding the details of this user within what session? But where that session get created in the backend? Where that session is created the backend. So what will happen? What will happen is now when you send a request, now this is add product, right? This is add a product. When you add a first product, when you add first product, when you add it, what will happen? This request is sent. This request is sent to one view. Okay. What is that view is? Add product view, add view, add view. But here there is a middleware or not? Here you have a middleware. What middleware is doing? It is identifying is it request contains any session data. Session data means session key. Is it request contains session key? If the request contains session key, what it is doing? If the request contains session key, what it is doing? It is reading that session details. It is reading that session details from where? Database. Database, what is that name of the table is? Django underscore what? Session. It is reading details of this particular user from where? Django underscore session. Getting or not, right? Then after that, this is sent to, if it is there, it will read it. Or if it is there, it will read it. If it is not there, will it read? No, it will not read it. If it is not there, it will not read it. Okay, if it is there, it will read. If it is not there, what it is doing? It is creating one session. What it is doing? It is creating one session. Who's creating the session is middleware, not by the view. View job is only adding details into the session, reading the details from session, updating the values of session, deleting data from session. But creation, all this done by which one? Middleware. It is done by the middleware. Okay, once it is done, this is sent to what here? View. Okay, this request is sent to the view. What view is doing? You are saying request dot which object? Session. Because all this information is stored in which object? Session object. Session of what you are saying? Key. You are giving a key and you are saying key, and key equal to what here? Value. You are saying key equal to value. Now you are interacting with what here? Session. Now when you say request dot session of key equal to value, you are adding this key and value within what? Session. Means you are adding this key and value within the database table. If the keys exist, it will add it. It will modify it. If the keys not exist, it will add the key along with what? Value. But that is done by which object? Session object. Is done by which object? Session object. Session object. This is which object? Session object. Is it having some persistent logic or not? Yes. Where it communicate with what? Database session. That is nothing but table, and it will try to identify is it this keys exist or not. If the keys not exist, it will add this key with a value. If the keys exist, it will update the key along with what? Value. Are getting or not? So that is belongs to one user. But how the user is identified with one unique number, and that unique number is called what? Session key. Okay, na? So that unique number you call it a session key. So what is exchange now? Okay, after this, what you are doing? You are trying to generate a response. Now this response is sent to what? Client. But whenever it is sending a response, what middleware is doing? What middleware is doing? Middleware, see, before sending a result to the browser, what middleware is doing is it is reading the session key. What it is doing? It is reading what? Session key, and the session key it is adding as a part of which one? Response. Where it is adding the session key in the response and sending to whom? Browser. Where the session key is stored in the browser. Now, when you send again request, is it request contains session key or not? Yes. So get the details of that session. So whatever information belongs to that particular user, that is stored in which object? Session object. That's the reason you are saying session dot items, session dot keys, session dot values. All these are different methods or not? Yes. By using which you can read the data. So please try to understand this. Okay, so key, it is, this key is nothing but where you are trying to store the session details as a pair of values, that is key and values. But how it is storing this key and values in which format? Encrypted format. But when this middleware get activated, if you configure, if you configure within, what? Settings.py. In settings.py, you need to tell I'm using which one? Database. I'm using a database. I'm using a database. But where you are telling this? In settings.py, in settings.py. So are you added one session engine or not? Yes. Django.contribute.sessions.backends. What is that? DB. You are telling that, okay, use database for maintaining what here? Session. Now suppose, now this is simply adding the product and viewing the product. What I want to do, I want to update the products of a cart. Now if I click on update product, then it should update the details of what here? Product. But before that, you can verify is it this product is exist or not. So for that, what I'm doing is I'm creating first one template. So template update. This is update product dot HTML. Here I'm using a tag called extends, and you are extending which template? Base dot HTML, base dot HTML, right? And you have to use the same logic is what? Same logic for reading as well as what? Updating. Adding and updating logic is what here? Same. If the product is exist, what will it do? Update. But what we have to do is first, now this is, so this is update product in the view. So this is update view, and where it will receive the request. and you are trying to find is it this product is exists within the request or not. So you are reading the product name. So product name equal to request dot request dot request dot get. So what you are trying to read here? Product name. So when if the request method is what here? Get. If request dot if request dot method double equal to what here? Get. Okay. If the request method is a get a poster anything. If the request method is a get, you need to create one empty form actually. This is if the request method is what here? Post. If the request method is a post, you read the product name and you are verifying is it this product name in request dot. What is the name of the object is session. Okay, request dot is it there in which object? Session object. If the product name is exist in the session, what do you do it? What do you do it? Update. What do you do it? Update. And you are updating it by saying request dot. Okay, request dot session of what is this? Product name. Okay, product name equal to quantity. Okay, right? Quantity. See a request dot post dot get. You read which one? Product name. If the product name is there in the session, what you are doing? You are updating with the quantity by saying request dot post dot get. What is the value you are reading? Quantity. And there is a message here. What is the message? Product updated. Product updated. There's a message called product updated. Now this message has to be rendered or not? Yes. When if the request method is what? Post. If the request method is what here? Post. If the request method is a post. But if the request method is a get, if the request method is a get, what do you have to do? You have to render empty form. You have to render what? Empty form. Empty form you created. Form. So form equal to render. Okay, render. Sorry. Form equal to which form? Product form. Create one empty form and say response equal to render. What is that here? Request to comma. Template name is what? Update. Update product template dot html. And what you are rendering here? Form context. And what is the context is form. Form is a name and form is a value. And message is a name and message is what here? Value. But initially the message is what now? Empty. But when the message will be product updated, once it has been updated, right? So return. What it return? It return the response. But see, if you want, if the product name there in the session, it will do this. If the product name is not there in the session, what do you need? What do you have to do? You have to display some message or not? Yes, saying that this product is not in the cart. Okay. So else, what is the message is? Product not exist. Product not exist in cart. Okay. Product not exist in the cart when the product name is not there in the session. If it is there, you update with the quantity. If it is not there, you'll say product not exist in cart. Product not exist in cart, right? Then you have to create a URL for this. Now anyway, update product template same, right? Form as a table, and here we are inserting one message, and this is which one? Update product. Now create a URL. Update view. Now path. Update view, comma, update view, right? Now add it to base template. So what is the name of the view is update view. Okay, right. Now here, now these are the products. Now click on update products. Now which product you want to update? Input the details. I want to update the mouse to some 6. Okay. Create is there, no? You want to change to. This is what now? Update. So here update product name is mouse and I'll update to 2 and click on update. Now product updated. Click on view products. Now quantity is what now? 2. Update products and what is the product name is keyboard. I want to update to 1. Update. Now view products. Not updated. Asset clear. Product updated. Now you can see product is updated. But what will happen if I enter the product which is not exist, right? Some monitor, some 3 update. Now you can see product not exist in the cart. Okay, this product is not there in the cart of this particular user. Okay, I'll also tell you login, logout. Don't worry. But this is belongs to which one? This user. But how user is identified with not username, but how user is identified with the key. How user is identified with the key. And that key is generated by whom? Middleware. So when you send a first request, and that key is exchanged between the client and server. But where the key is stored in the browser in the form of cookies. But data will not be stored in the browser. Data will be stored in what? Database. Data belongs to that user is stored in the database. But which one is exchanged between the client and server is key. That is nothing but session key, right? Yes. Then deleting products. I want to delete the products from now. This is nothing but adding the products, adding the details into the session, updating the details of session, and deleting details from what? Session. Not a deleting session. You're not deleting a session. You're deleting data from session. But how to delete a session also will see it. Okay. But we are working with session content. How to add the content in the session, how to read the content from the session, how to update the content of the session, and how to delete the data from the session. I want to delete it. Now create delete template. So one more, delete product. So delete product template dot html. Okay, now extend it. Extends which template? Base template. That is base dot html, right? So here you should ask which product you want to delete it. Which product you want to delete it? Which product you want to delete it? Is it same or not? Yes, I take the same here, but here we have to take only form as a table, but form contain only how many inputs? One input, that is a product name. Okay, product name, right? Now this complete thing, and this is a submit, and this is what here? Delete. So we'll take table row. So what you're trying to input? Product name. Here you don't require a form. So input type. Input type is what? Text name equal to p name. Okay. So here we don't require any form. Now this is delete product. So go to the views, and here what is the name of the view is code. You understood how I'm writing the code? Okay. The code you have to understand. Here we create one empty form, and this empty form is render when if the request method is get. If the request method is post, it will come to which block? Post block, and it will add the product and render it. So there is one more view is there, and what is the name of that is delete view. There's nothing but deleting product. So this message is empty. But anyway, if request dot method equal to post, if the request dot method equal to post, if the request dot method equal to post, I should read product name equal to request dot post dot get. You read the value of this key, and if request dot session dot, if a p name exists in p name in request dot session, then you need to delete that. How you delete it? Delete. Can you use the keyword delete or not? Yes. How you delete an item from dictionary? Delete. Delete request dot session dot session of which one? P name. If it is exist, you delete it and message product deleted. Otherwise, message product not exist in cart. Okay, it is not exist in cart, and here you generate a response. Okay, response equal to render. Okay, request comma. Tell me a template is delete product template dot html with the context value as what? Message. Only message. So message is a key and message is a value. Right? Now then add this. Understood? So delete product delete product underscore template dot html with a message. Okay. Then define the URL for this. So there is a path, and this is what here? Delete view. So import the view here. So delete view. So delete view. Now add this to the base template. So this is delete view. Okay. Now refresh this. So delete product. So product name is mouse delete. Product is deleted. Product name is mouse delete. Product not exists. Okay. View products. Only one product is there. Okay. Delete product. And what is the product is keyboard delete. Now view products. There's no products in the session. But session is exist or not exist? Exists. Then how can I delete? You understood add, view, update, and what? Delete. But where all these details get stored in session. But where the session is created at? Front end or back end? Back end. But which one is exchange? Key. How server identifies the client is key. Key, right? That key is stored in the browser. And whenever you send a request, the request is sent along with the key. Then how can I delete the session? I want to delete session, right? Then how to delete a session and how many ways are there to delete session, that we'll discuss tomorrow, right? See, some people you have selected, but to get a job, select हुआ बोले तो job आता है बोल के नहीं है. Understood? Huh? So don't think that I got a job. Don't tell to your parents, huh? Okay, na? So when you get a job, when you attend company interviews after selection, okay, they'll give training. Training में भी ऐसे करे तो no use, huh? And you have to learn all these things properly. Django is required. REST API also required to get a job, because most of the jobs you will get it on business development, web development, and it should be good in front end and back end. Okay, na? So we'll see tomorrow. Okay, thank you. We'll see tomorrow. Right. Notes already sent. Notes send कर दिए. Already send your notes. Notes भेजिए यार. Already I sent this notes. ये notes पूरा भेजिए. Okay. URL लिखो यार, क्या है उसमें? You can write URLs, right? URLs you cannot write it, huh? इधर जो भी URLs है, write it. Huh? Chandan bhai, you cannot write URLs, sir. I'll send it otherwise. Huh?